All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stand further back so you will see amazing things. I look very, very good when I stand back. Now, be careful because it's shocking. All right, guys? I look really, really good when I show everything, when I show my full body and everything, and I'm standing tall and looking really like a model. You'll be very surprised. All right, thank you. Okay, totally enjoy. All right, watch this. You guys will love. Thank you. All right, watch. You'll be shocked. All right, guys, like look at that. Now, guys, I definitely had to say that this has been a tough time for me, and I'm really grateful to all the compliments and comments that I've been getting. I know some of my dad's friends and some people that know him are gonna really miss him. I mean, he was very popular, super popular. So to him, he was kind of like the ideal person. Luckily for me, I got those genes passed to me, so I'm very, very lucky. But I mean, people really resonated with him. He was very friendly. He was very funny, and he was kind of like the epitome of what a person should be like. And I mean, for me to say that I was fortunate to have parents like that. I mean, my parents were amazing. I would say that I'm very blessed to have had parents like that. I mean, to me, it's just, I really lucked out. And, some people have really, parents that go through divorce. Not that divorce is the end of the world, but some people have parents that go through divorce or their children are disowned by their parents or whatever. It's really tough for a lot of people. And some people have parents that don't like that they get mad at or whatever. It's really kind of nice to know that my family has always been there for me and has really been there for me. So, I really want to say thank you guys very much for all the compliments you've been giving me over this time that I've had my channel. My dad lived until 84, which is a long time, but I really do feel I will live longer only because he smoked for 50 years, or about 50 years. Not when I was born, like when I was younger, he quit for us, and I was really grateful. So he stopped smoking for a long time, so he's healthy that way. But he had smoked for 50 years and everything, and he had different situations. He had worked out in the sun a lot for construction, so he had done a lot of working outdoors, and the sun can be very effective to you, and so I mean, um, it's kind of like and for me, I'm very lucky because he drank a little bit. He did some stuff that I don't do. I'm very fortunate because for me, I live a very healthy lifestyle, very, very healthy. So for me, I mean, I do have very good genes. My dad should have lived a lot longer, and we don't know why he passed. They are trying to find that out right now. And so, we don't know why he passed. Um, I mean, maybe he passed from something totally different. He seemed very healthy when I last saw him. So I didn't think he was going to pass. And so I had kind of been like, well, I had kind of been thinking he was going to do well. I thought for sure he was going to see me be famous or he was going to be famous. And, I really would have liked that for him. He had worked very hard all his life and had been not treated so well. So for me to see that and just to see that in him, and he had been really kind of struggling with that. And it was a silent struggle. He didn't have anyone he was that close to. I mean, he did have a lot of friends and everything, but he couldn't just like, his wife had passed and everything. So it was a difficult thing to deal with. And, for me, I really believe that I'll be famous, but I really wish I had been famous when he was around. He would have really liked that. He would have been kind of like happy. I think it was very important for him to have. I think he lived a pretty full life, though. I mean, for me to see that, I mean, and I'm sorry, guys, I'm talking about this a lot, but it really is upsetting to me, and I really wish, he had lived longer and everything. But I mean, he was very important to me. Everybody knew that. I had talked about him, in my videos a lot of times, because I had mentioned, I got my looks from him. I got the performing bug in me because of him. So, he gave me a lot in terms of what my qualities are. So I had really been kind of like, I had really been kind of blessed in a way, in a lot of ways. So for me, it just seemed like I was very much, headed towards a good place because of my dad. So I was more than happy to mention that. So to see him pass, very strong guy, very healthy, to me, it was just very upsetting. And I mean, people lose their children, people, like Selma Blair just got MS and she was so pretty. And I'm like, oh no, poor girl. So, sometimes you're just like, you have to just deal with it. If you lose your parents, it's much better than losing a child. And everyone dies at some point, so it's really upsetting, obviously. But I mean, all in all, I had a very good, and I bonded with him a lot. He was very nice to me, so he was never ever mean to me. He was always so friendly to me, and he really had been I mean, for me, he was a really good father, to me. So I'm really happy that he was so nice and everything. And I think people really will miss him and everything, and he was so popular. So, I mean, everyone loves him. So I know for sure doing this tribute to him right now is not enough, and that's why I do a lot of videos for him. I kind of wanted to mention him a lot. Now, I mean, if you're not someone that lost your dad or you don't relate to this at all, I'm sorry, but it's important for me to mention it because I think he would have been really happy, to know that I was really proud of him and everything like that, and just grateful that he was my father. So, and my mother, like I said, my mother was great too. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna pose, all right? Now, guys, I'm looking so good. And people are so nice to me. A lot of them are like, you're so gorgeous. I mean, people are very nice. I mean, they know. I mean, look at me. I'm just very blessed. My dad didn't even look like a human being. He was so good looking, So, I mean, he was like a robot almost, like, or something. So very blessed to have the genes that I have and be fortunate. And, I'm very lucky. And when I pass this on to my children, and when my children grow up, and maybe they'll be famous too, right? And there are other stars in my family. You might be seeing more of similar types of people to me through my family. So I'm very blessed, and the genes in my family are very good. So we have good genes throughout my family. So it's not like it's not like there's only me in the family that's good. There's people that are very, very talented in my family, and they could easily be performers. All right, so totally enjoyed, looking forward to that. All right, thank you guys for watching. I really want to wish you guys well. I do love performing, as you all know, and my dad really instilled good values in me, good morals, and I really feel great to you guys. I'm very lucky to have a fan base like you guys. My fans have really stood up and said nice things, so thank you. All right, bye everyone. Bye, thank you, bye. Click that subscribe. Now I'm going to put the camera up close. Oh, I love that look. Isn't that great? All right, let's just go up close here. All right, guys, make sure that when you watch these videos, some of my videos I'm like this, where I stand further back and I do posing and everything and talk and just do whatever, and you'll see me from one angle and you're like, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. So, look, when I'm further back, it's like, wow, right? Totally enjoy. Thank you. All right, bye. Click that subscribe.